Hello, Leo. Happy April. I'm your cosmic auntie, the interstellar storyteller, and this is going to be a monthly general tarot reading for Leo energy. So you may be a Leo sun, a Leo moon, Leo rising, maybe exploring a unique Leo placement in your chart that you want to know more about. Maybe you're just really vibing with the fire energy since it is Aries season as well. So maybe you're really learning about that expression. Who knows? Maybe this has just popped up somehow, and I'm thrilled. So please feel free to stay if you'd like to. So before I jump in, I always remind people that we're both going to be using our intuitions. I like to think of tarot as capturing like a snapshot of energy and presenting it in kind of like a map form. And my job as the reader is to speak to the energetic themes presented in that map. And then I encourage you to tune into your own intuition, your own inner guidance. You know yourself best, to choose the route that suits you best based on what resonates, what doesn't, okay? Because when a message resonates, you'll just know, and if it doesn't, please don't make it fit. I hope that these readings will be like a tasting plate of energy. Take what you want, leave the rest. I hope they come alongside you and assist you in whatever it is that you're navigating at this time, okay? Because first and foremost, I'm your cosmic auntie, and I really am here to support and encourage and celebrate you in your authenticity and your growth. Okay, so another thing too is the image that I received for you while I was tuning the cards was a hand holding a wand, and it's like a little wand, and there's kind of like like little sparkles around the wand, you know. And then I heard kind of, it went like this. It was like, you've got the magic touch. It's like, I don't know if that's a song, but it was like that in the cadence and everything. So, and then before I shuffle the cards, look what's on the bottom of the deck. The Magician, Leo. Obviously you're putting some magic touches on something, remembering the magic that you have, that's inside of you, that is you. Who knows? So let's jump in and see what's coming up. What's coming up for Leo in April? What more can we learn about this magic touch? Okay, oh, the Judgment card. Interesting. Well, I mean, you rule the heart, right? So you really know how to bring something back to life. And honestly, that's the process of judgment. Is, well, that process is this observation and awareness in regards to deep healing and accountability, and just like that raw stuff of life where we may find ourselves like knocked around a bit. It's, you know, caused an epiphany of sorts, and there's growth like the phoenix, right? I mean, the phoenix first has to be burnt to a crisp in order to rise again. So Leo, you ruling the heart, you are like, you know, you are the beat of, like, you keep it all pumping, you keep life flowing. So interesting. So there may be, you may find yourself at some point in the process of like the phoenix process. I'm not sure. But don't forget, you've got the magic touch. King of Swords. I just heard it, remembering who you are, like really remembering who you are, and like piping that back to life and bringing, like breathing life into that a certain arena so that there's a real, like, yeah, like there's a certain arena that's life is being breathed into, that magic touch. And if this resonates, there's a certain clarity and articulation of that arena, of that space, and it's powerful and it's empowering. You know, the King of Swords is so like quite articulate, like knows their mind, knows, like, you know, the way their mind works, and also remains curious at the potential and the of all the learning and all the different adaptabilities that our minds can take, right? But there's a certain trust in their ability to figure it out and you know, like really discover one's voice. That's like the King of Swords knows their voice. So with this Phoenix energy, wherever you may find yourself in the Phoenix cycle, that in itself is tumultuous and it, like, I'm going to say cathartic again, because oftentimes judgment, even though it can be quite raw and rough, like there's a certain relief that comes and a growth, right? So the Phoenix, every time it rises after it gets burnt to a crisp, is more vibrant, has a, you know, longer wingspan. There's a certain, you know, expansion into its potential. So I hope that regardless, this is hopefully encouraging, because judgment isn't always the most enjoyable energy. However, it does lead to that expansion into potential. And with this King of Swords here, there's this fierce power that's coming from the mind in regards to knowing one's voice, knowing your voice, knowing your perspective. So there's definitely more clarity of truth emerging within this judgment energy. We've got the magic touch. What else can we talk about? What else can we discuss? What else does the fine Leo folk need to know? What can we chat about with the Leo folk? The Nine of Cups. Beautiful. Your peace, your bliss, your center, your emotional core. There's a real, there's a real notion of this upgrade of articulating your deepest desires, articulating your emotional needs, your bliss, your peace, your joy. There's a certain kind of access to what it is that you want, what centers you, what it is that you enjoy. And there's a certain speaking life into those places, and expressing your emotions in regards to these experiences. And there's such a transformation happening here. I just saw kind of a time lapse of a flower blooming. So there's this rapid growth and expansion into authenticity, and you're taking up your space, your own space, and being radiating and expressing your beauty, it's really quite cool energy, Leo. So where are we at here? Okay, let's see, is there anything else that we can discuss before we close up for the month? What else is coming up for Leo in the month of April? What else is coming up for Leo? the magic touch, Leo. It's you all along. And it's so much fun to be reminded of that, right? Page of Cups, reminded of your tenderness, of your love, of your sensitivity and your ability to nurture and grow and take care. Like, you are so warm, right? Warm-hearted Leo. And like, it really feels like there's been this whole process of like maybe overexerting yourself, like, and then reflecting on that and then reconnecting with the beauty that is you as a giver, as a nurturer, as a lover, you know? However, there's a balance, there's more boundaries I'm sensing as this energy kind of comes full circle when it comes to, yeah, the Phoenix rising from the ashes, Judgment card, right? So that's really cool. There's definitely a reflection of learning, of growth, of realizations, and incorporating that learning into your mind, into your truth, into your, you know, expression. And through this, there's this reconnection with your joy, with your bliss, and there's an amalgamation of how you're stepping forward in the learning that you've just done, and showing up in the world the way that you'd like to, and the way that you do authentically without getting depleted. As well as, Leo, I really see a big space here created by you for things that you enjoy. Perhaps that's something that you noticed when there was the big crash and burn, where you know, if you resonate with the feeling of being overexerting oneself and being depleted and spreading oneself too thin, being like a real giver and feeling like, you know, all of those things. There seems to be learning in that regard of the importance of doing things for you and taking up your own space and being protective of your peace and being curious about your emotional processes and being curious about you know, maybe what you feel called to experience, called towards, right? Like, really allowing yourself that, you know, emotional curiosity and room to explore, you know, different facets of yourself. So that's cool. That is beautiful. I think, yeah, things have kind of gone quiet after that. I hope that this has been helpful. There's some serious growth here, Leo. Please, if this resonates, pat yourself on the back. You've got the magic touch. Oh, it is so good. Okay, well, I'll see you next month.